It's been a great area to work in. The soils are good, the topography is really good, and so we're moving along pretty well. I don't know, 20 some years ago, we got permission to do the mountain bike trail, redo the mountain bike trail at Lebanon Hills in Dakota County. And we've learned that it takes a lot of man hours to do it all by hand. So what we have done, a friend of mine, and at that time we bought a trail building machine, and he stayed with me for about 2 or 3 years, and then he got busy with his other career, and I took over and bought him out. And so 20 years ago was about when I started with my company of Trail Source, and been growing ever since. Right now we've got a fleet of 4 machines and 4 to 8 guys, depending on the project we're on. But it's been a really fun thing to do. I've been at it full time since 2016 when I retired from my other job, and I love doing it. It's you know, get me out in the woods, playing in the dirt. It's just it's fun, and I love doing it, and I love seeing the people use the trails. We've got a lot of young people, kids, you know, from 8, 9 years old, come out and ride the trail, and they say, "Hey, when are you going to do this? And when can we have that?" And they're telling us the things they want on the trail, and that's what we try and respond to. We try and do a balance between what the people want and sustainability on the trail, and how we blend in with the environment, so we don't overpower the environment, but we blend in and make our trail be part of what's going on out there. We also have to be careful on all the users to make sure all user groups are interacting and involved with what we do. It's just a really fun process. I really haven't had any detractors on any of the projects that we've done. They understand when they see what we're doing that we have a minimal impact on the environment. And once the trail is finished and it starts to close in a little bit, grow in a little bit, it's a tremendous asset. I mean, I look at Lebanon Hills, which we started and built. That's where we got our start. 20 years ago, that's got like 75,000 trips a year on that thing. I mean, you think about that, a 15-mile, 12 to 15-mile trail, 75,000 riders on it. It's a lot of miles. I look at Cuyuna. Cuyuna, I thought, when I saw it, it was just an opportunity to build a mountain bike trail in a new area because it was abandoned. It was an abandoned iron ore mine where they extracted all the minerals out and left everything as they were. It wasn't a good situation. The town of Crosby had a lot of antique stores in it, a lot of closed storefronts. The town of Ironton was you know, pretty much not really thriving. You know, in 2010, I think, is when we got the go-ahead to build that project. And when you look at the $1 million that it cost to build that trail, they're saying, the local bike club up there now says that it has an economic impact each year of $3 to $4 million on the community in the surrounding area. But you look at Crosby, there's a new restaurant has opened up. The other restaurants are thriving. There's a brew pub has opened up even. And the guy who owns the Dairy Queen has told me that every year his business has been doubling. There's a bike shop has opened up where they do rentals of kayaks and canoes and bicycles, and they even guide some of the people who go on the trail. You know, I never thought about the economic impact of these trails on local communities, but it's huge. And then you think about what this does with the health of our youth and even adults. I know I'm old, but I like to get out and ride too. And, you know, the high school league, the Minnesota High School League has contributed immensely to the demand for mountain bike trails. And invariably you hear about the student and the team member riding, but mom and dad, or mom or dad, or younger brothers are riding on the trail with the team members they're going. You know, Minnesota High School League has 1,500 riders, and they've had to limit the number of riders because they don't have the coaches and they don't have the space for the training. So when you see what I did, you know, 20 years ago, I thought, well, we just need to fix the mountain bike trails so they don't erode anymore and that they're not a burden on the parks departments. And now we see the bigger picture of what's going on with all the stuff that's happening. So I'm just so glad to have been a part of it. I've been blessed to be a part of this. This is so exciting.